promote cultural interest among young Americans in various parts of the world. Because of course, North America is not the whole world, is it?
So your question is the cultural diplomacy that we're doing about American culture?
I mean, there are lots of young Americans who for example, are very scared of the Hispanics coming to America. Why aren't they encouraged? Or maybe they are, I don't know. They just might. Are they encouraged to learn Spanish, for example? Are people in America, young Americans, encouraged to learn French, for example? To interact more with people worldwide, or to learn Chinese?
Yes.
That's the impression I get. It's all about America, yes? Promoting American culture, well, establishing institutes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, America is a land of immigrants. So America is very much exactly as you say. There are so many different cultures in the United States. And it is something that I grew up with, for example, from Santa Barbara, Spanish heritage. So I grew up learning Spanish dancing, castanets and flamenco. And we had our Old Spanish Days fiesta celebration that happens every year. If I forget to send my mother a birthday card, that's not good, but if I forget to send her a St. Patrick's Day card, I'm in big trouble. And so St. Patrick's Day, Irish, big parades, well celebrated. We are coming upon Ramadan, well we're in Ramadan now, and iftar dinners are the thing in Washington, D.C. So if you haven't received an invitation to an iftar dinner and you're in Washington, then clearly you don't rate. The White House has an iftar dinner, the State Department has an iftar dinner, USAID has one. So America really is very keen on respecting other cultures and having an appreciation, not just respect, an appreciation and understanding of other cultures. So I grew up learning Spanish in grade school, and if you've been to the United States, you know that Spanish is the White House website. You can click on it in Spanish. So, and you see how important the endorsement from Governor Richardson for Obama was, because he is a Hispanic governor. So the Hispanic vote is very important. So reaching out to the Hispanic community, extremely important. So a very good question, and yes, as much as we want to engage people in other countries about American culture, whether it's music, dance, literature, poetry, we also want Americans to have an appreciation of other countries, and every country needs to do that, because we're a richer nation because of that. And what is American cuisine? It would be hard to say because of the influence of all these other countries. So very good point, thank you.
My name is Lech Jaworski. My name is Lech Jaworski, and I live in Western Canada. I'm concerned that the American kind of English is not too well known in Poland. In that competition for British and American kind of English, American is losing, which is a great pity, because I feel that the British English is a little bit like a Latin for Italians. Are you doing anything about it?
Well, speaking as someone who's bilingual, I can speak American and English. I think it doesn't, the English language, meaning British, it's a rich language. The oratory skills in Parliament are, I think, a marvel. And there are many examples from Churchill to Tony Blair of individuals who have really been an inspiration in how to communicate. But do we have any comments on that? I think.
So the YLRC were catching the young.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I just went to this early what do we call it? Young Learners Resource Center, where we're introducing books for young people. Scholastic is not well known here, but Scholastic books in the United States, every young person knows Scholastic books. They're really terrific. Also, Harcourt is another publisher. We have a tremendous publishing sector for children, and it's something that we're trying to introduce here. So This is the first one that we've set up, or there's a few others as well?
There are a couple of others
There's-
at our
there's-
American corners. that we
At
have.
our American corners. But you can go there to see some of the books that are in American English, and we found them very popular. And teachers can come and work on lesson plans, they can bring children there, they can check out the books, they can be given information about where to get more of the books. And I just saw them, and they really, I would invite you to come see them. It really is a tremendous resource for any teacher that's wanting to teach young people, and particularly in, I think, probably age, well, I think 4-year-olds would be interested, but mainly 6-, 7-year-olds.
My name is Enrico Dratowicz from Lazarski School of Commerce and Law and the Warsaw University. Public policy is not new, it seems. So when I was a kid, there were track and field American reformers coming here and giving away chewing gum to little boys and girls. Then American jazz musicians were coming, sponsored by the American Embassy and so on. These things were very important, even the chewing gum. So now my question is, what is your impression, historically speaking? There is more public policy today, or there is more talk about public policy? Or maybe there's just more awareness or more bureaucracy connected with that? What is the scale, you think, of public policy? I'm an economist, so if you could touch also on the, let's say, budgetary part of that, do you think you spend more money or less money on that? And my perspective, I think the perspective in which I am interested is like comparing today the 50s, 60s, and the 70s. So maybe you have some impression of the historical development of public policy looking back. Thanks.
Thank you. We have actually some statistics here. Do you want to go through some of those, and then I'll give some reflections?
I think
I have a diagram which shows expenditures from American budget for public diplomacy, and starting from '96, I see that time that was about $1 billion for 1,096,000,000, and right now it's at 1.6. So it's just 50% higher, and there's just a diversification of those spendings, and that's what is visible right now, that for broadcasting is more, a bit less is for exchanges, which is interesting, and we have the third international information programs as well, and this is also a bit smaller than in the past, and others, difficult to say, but probably some new tools like maybe internet, but I think it includes in broadcasting, but it increased for sure in the past. But we had a question also about costs of introducing public diplomacy. And I just would like to add a remark, as I'm writing my PhD about public diplomacy in general, in States actually, at Georgetown, I hope to finish it there. But there is actually sometimes misunderstanding, as public diplomacy is happening anyway. It is in progress always. There is just a matter of coordination of it, and this is the place where the money should go to coordinate it, to do it, to implement it consciously. Of course, there are tools like American Voice, like broadcasting radio programs around the world, which costs definitely. But I think we should learn from states. And actually, I have a question concerning it. Which country? I have a question that, yes, I believe Ms. Graffy will answer your question as well, for sure. And I have a question, could you compare which country is the biggest competitor in public diplomacy with the United States? Which is almost as good as you are? Or which is the biggest competition? This is the first one. And the second, in which country it's the most difficult to promote American culture and policy, and where you would like to do it?
I don't think we see any countries as in competition. So that's the good news. Because we're really all trying to promote our countries, and we can admire what some are doing. And so